So I'm gonna share my screen because we're gonna see what's going on for the week ahead, and then we're going to. You guys can see my screen, right? Yeah, this is the new moon in Scorpio that we have coming up. So we're gonna look at this, and then we're gonna go look at the transits for the week. But we have the new moon in Scorpio, so that's quite interesting. And then we have Venus and Jupiter, which we call the hero twins, conjunct the galactic center. So you can see right here, Jupiter and Venus. Oh, it looks like my mouse is dying. Yes, and then there's a grand trine. So there's a few things that I wrote here. There's a big grand trine right here between Mercury and North Node in Gemini, and then in Neptune. So what I wrote for this is remembering how to move forward, because Mercury just came out of retrograde. And Mercury and Neptune together create a channeling type of energy. So this is remembering how to move forward, because North Node is forward direction in Gemini, ruled by Mercury, and then it's having a trine to Mercury. Mercury's in Libra. So right here, we're going to have a big kind of remembering of how to move forward. Because there's going to be some other aspects that we're going to see. Oh, people are starting to come in now. Okay. All right, great. So we'll just let people just keep coming in. So what I wrote for the new moon here, this is shaman power. Because we all know a Scorpio moon is like the occult, mystery, mystic moon, we call it. So that's what we see happening here. And then we see all these planets over here in Sagittarius. And they seem to be somewhat conjunct. Let me take a look here. But it's close to the galactic center. Jupiter's definitely in the galactic center. You have Venus here, South Node, Saturn, Pluto. And what I wrote here was the whole drinking of the elixir to make sure that formula is right again. Because there was a lot of work that's been going on. And Jupiter and Venus are now in the galactic center. So now, then I wrote down there's a Venus trine, or Venus square. There's a Venus square Chiron, right? And then it also looks like Jupiter square Chiron. So Chiron is the whole wounded healer teacher. So there's some opening in communications about wounds, and they're being expanded right now because of Jupiter and Venus. And the wounds are mainly with the feminine energy. So we're seeing that going on. Okay, now what else do we have here? Let's see. Yeah, I think that was the main focus. The main focus was this grand trine. See this big pyramid here, and this square with Chiron. Right? That's kind of what the big underlying theme that we have going on here. So now we're gonna look. This is what we're building up to for the new moon. Just basically remembering how to move forward. Okay. Now I'm gonna go to the transits, which I have up already, and take my notes out. So we see here, there's a lot of work. That's why I was talking about the Venus situation with Chiron. There's a lot of Venus transits going on this week. You see this? So this is what we're going to look at. Venus square Chiron on the 26th through the 27th. Venus trines Uranus, 27th through the 29th. Venus conjunct South Node. Okay, that's later on. That's on the 1st. And then Venus finally sextiles Mars. So this whole story, Venus square Chiron, Venus in the galactic center, this is the feminine receiving or processing healing energies. Like there's something going on with being able to talk about healing energies right now. And then Venus, Uranus is allowing for the freedom and the opening to free expression, because Uranus is actually in Aries, which is ruled by Mars. So this is putting forward. There's a lot of forward motion. Okay, and then we see here Venus conjunct South Node, so leaving behind. You know, Venus is leaving behind the old wounds that are having a chance to leave in a healing way. Because we can also see that Mars is sextile South Node, so the masculine and the feminine both are having aspects to the South Node. They're both leaving old ways, because the South Node is the past, and the South Node is in Sagittarius, part of the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, right? So this is the past that's leaving the masculine and the feminine. So whatever wounds have been coming up between the masculine and feminine, I think are now leaving. Because then at the end of the week, we're going to see the Venus and Mars, the masculine and feminine, are having a sextile. So there's a creation that's going on. Okay, and Venus, like I said, is in the galactic center. But towards the end of the week, it moves more into Sagittarius. So it comes out of that galactic center and more into Sagittarius. And Mars is in Virgo, which is cosmic creation. So this is cosmic creation. And then we look at some other things that we have going on. We have channeling energy, part of that grand trine with Mercury and Neptune on the 27th through the 29th. So there's information that's allowing spiritual flow or channeled energy to be able to know how to move forward. Because that grand trine was part of the North Node that we saw going on. That North Node was in Gemini, ruled by Mercury. Then we see Saturn. We see Saturn and Mercury and Saturn having a sextile. So that's let's see what I have here. The elder teacher is having is able to communicate. There's a communication going on with the elder teacher. Saturn is the teacher of time, and Mercury is the messenger. So there's a kind of story going on here where the messages are being delivered in all good time for this process. So I thought I saw a Venus-Saturn situation, but I guess not. That must have been something else I was looking at. So, okay, I think we're done with this week ahead. So the week ahead is basically Venus. Look at all this Venus transits that we got going on. So, all right. So you guys can unmute yourself if you want to just chime in here and ask a couple questions, because then we're going to get into doing some charts, because I know all of you want to know what's up with the charts, because Mercury is in retrograde. Popped out of retrograde, so it's direct. So if you have any questions of what we just read with the new moon and also with the transits, yeah, pop them out to me, and then just unmute yourself, and then we can chat. So, because then I see we have Joy on, right? Joy submitted her chart, so we're going to look at that. So earlier, before in the other videos, we were doing synastry charts to see just basically how the Mercury retrograde, the day, is going to be affecting you. But now I want to teach you another thing, and some of you who receive readings from me have also received these type of readings. We're going to take a person's chart and we're going to look at what's going on for their week ahead. So if we take Joy's chart, for example, we're going to do Joy's personal transits for this week ahead. So 20th through, let's say, 27th. What is Joy going to be having? What's Joy's experience going to be? So we'll do that. I forget her location. We're not going to relocate. All right. So we're not going to do progressions. We're just going to do transits for Joy. Okay. So this is Joy's week ahead. And we're going to look at it this way. So this is what Joy herself is going through Oh, there's a chat here. Let me just see what this chat says. It might be. Oh yeah, Jenny. Yeah, we can look at your chart in a little bit. Yeah, I think I might have it saved. Okay. So here's Joy's chart, and we can see Joy has, wow, some big Saturn transits. Some, so she has some stuff happening this week. Pretty much going to be going on for a few weeks. Saturn sextile Sun, Saturn square Moon, Neptune square Moon. So we want to see where Saturn is. Saturn is in her ninth house. Her original Saturn was in her third house. It's opposite of the ninth house. So structured mind, logical thinking mind. Now that's in the ninth house. That's kind of maybe dealing with travel or with dealing with higher knowledge or information that's coming through. So let's get more information with Joy. Saturn square Moon. Her natal moon, well, her natal sun was in the eighth house, Ophiuchus. So, yeah, I forgot to look at that. Saturn, semi-sextile, the natal sun, eighth house. So there's definitely something happening, probably with travel or something going on that's not local that she's dealing with. And then now it's square the moon. The moon is in the sixth house, cusp of the seventh. So there's definitely something about maybe travel, maybe something with relationships or agreements that might be happening right now that might be pulling her to look in a larger scale of something. But let's see, now we have Neptune square Sun. So original Neptune was also in the eighth house. So this was a spiritual warrior type of energy. And I think it was conjunct Mars, if I can remember. So now we see Sun. Now the Sun was in the eighth house as well. So, oh, interesting. So there's definitely some cycles going on. So let's see. Neptune is ruled by the Pisces. Pisces in the 12th house. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. This is pretty intense stuff because then you have Neptune with the moon as well. So there's something happening here with some unknown stuff that's kind of floating in right now, and you're kind of wondering what you're going to do with it. And then you have a Saturn opposing Saturn. So your logical mind is opposing, your bigger process because you're transiting Saturn's in your ninth house. It's thinking about something that's further away, but your natal Saturn thinks of things right close to you. So yeah, there's something is moving. You can text me later and tell me, but you got something moving, some stuff moving. Um, let's see here.
So what is the ninth house? And thank you so much, Ike, for doing this.
Oh, hey, what's up? Yeah, let me lock this up. Ninth house has to do with either higher learning or wisdom or basically they say travel, but it's dealing with stuff that's not local, and it's usually around the realm of information. But it's also, see, if you notice, it's on the cusp of the 10th house. So I have a feeling it has to do with something with work. So you're dealing with something on a higher realm in work, and it's possibly coming from a distance, or you're processing it with information that's bigger than what you thought. So I don't know if that's accurate or what's happening, or I don't know if you want to share with us if there's something that's moving around like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going through some. I'm going through some big transitions spiritually, I would say,
Mm-hmm.
but I am still stuck in my same job.
Oh, really?
So,
Yeah.
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 So it would be nice to have that shift. Yeah.
Yeah. So does that have to do with like traveling or maybe getting a job somewhere else, like, or just taking off and like going on retreat to study something?
It doesn't necessarily have to do with travel.
Mm-hmm.
but I feel that it's like I want to maybe pursue, like, for instance, being a sound healer
Mm-hmm.
more.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
the cosmic kind of traveling.
Yeah. That's what. Yeah, I mean, because it's part of the Saturn Pluto thing. So that's breaking down something and rebuilding something. And
Mm.
and it's high in your chart. It looks like it's like pretty cool because your midheaven is right here too. So this is your public persona as someone probably bringing in information from another place, like the sound healing maybe, or the work is not. It's coming from like learning from some cosmic realm or something like that, or teachers that come from somewhere else. Because Saturn is also having to do with teacher, like a teacher,
Mm.
lessons, you know? So there might be something coming your way like that, or you might be processing that. Because you are dealing with the Neptune stuff too. And the Neptune originally was in the eighth house. So that's what makes me think that you're dealing with something cosmic. So maybe it is the sound healing stuff. Maybe like that's kind of coming in.
That actually makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah,
In the path that I've been on recently.
yeah.
Um, yeah. And so it means a shift in letting go, right? Of what isn't.
Possibly. Yeah, because
Yeah.
also that sun is in the eighth house too during this week, you see? And it goes from Libra and goes into Scorpio, and then we have that new moon on the 26th in Scorpio. So you're definitely eighth house is about endings and beginnings and cycles. So that's something that you're dealing with.
Mm.
See? Yeah, right there. Yeah. And you have a lot of stuff here when you were born. Your North Node is in eighth house. Your North Node is about the cycles of life, endings and beginnings. So
And that's what the eighth house is about, is
yeah,
endings and beginnings.
yeah,
Wow.
it's the cycles of life. Life,
Mm.
life is death, death is life. Endings are beginnings, beginnings, endings is all a cycle. So yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So let me move on to the next one because these are only like half hour, 45 minutes. So I'm gonna,
Thank you very much, Ike. I really appreciate
yeah.
it.
All right. Well, we'll catch up later. Nice seeing you. Any
Yeah,
questions
good
on
seeing you too.
that? Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I'm very
Okay.
happy. Thank you.
Does anybody else has questions on this?
Hey, Isaac, I wasn't seeing her chart. I see a November 2019 to December 2019 transit graph and dynamics wheels. I never saw, that's the screen that's being shared, at least from what I can see.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. All right. What do you see now?
Right now I see the November 2019 to December 2019 transit graph
Oh,
and the
okay.
dynamics of transit's wheels.
Oh, that's what you see?
Mm-hmm.
Let me pull this up. Hang on a second.
I just don't know if everybody else is seeing the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, hang on one sec. Stop share. I think I might have shared one window. So let's do this again. I'm gonna do my entire screen. Yeah, I think I just shared one window. Okay. So now everything is on my screen. So now do you see her chart now?
I see her natal chart.
A natal
Oh,
chart.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And then if I go like this, then you'll see her. Let's see here. Do you see her transits now?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
no, wait, no, sorry. We see the 2019 thing again.
2019. What?
November 2019 to December
Yeah.
2019
These are her transits. Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't say her name on it. So that's why I was like, wait a minute. Why are we saying, got it. But it's for
Uh,
2019. Oh, this week. Got it.
oh, yeah. Oh no, this was.
Got it.
No. Wait. So wait. No, this is not her transits. Wait a second. Let me see something. Hang on. Now I'm getting confused. I closed her transits. Okay. So let's do someone else's transits, and then we'll see.
Okay. It was the two wheels that were confusing me because the two wheels were just the two different dates as opposed to her chart on top of the, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
That synastry wasn't there.
Yeah. I think I shared the wrong chart. So
Got it.
now you see all my chart, right? You see everything?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me see if I have Jenny is a client. Let me see if I have her chart. Let's see, Jenny. Fine. I don't have it. Jenny, are you there? You want to just tell me your dates? I'll put them up so I don't spend time looking. It might be here somewhere, but Jenny, are you there? You can unmute yourself. I'll unmute you if you can. Yeah, you can give me your dates if you want. She might not be there. Let's see. All right. Well, who else is on? I'll run some dates. Let's see. I have a few chats. Let me see what the chats say here. Chat. Oh, it won't let her talk. Okay. 11:20, 11:27, Glens Falls. Okay. All right, I'm gonna do that real quick. 11:27, 79. Okay, and then it was 10:50 p.m. So 10 is 22, right? Glens Falls. Okay, so this is Jenny's chart. That looks right, right, Jenny? It's 11/27/1979, Glens Falls, 22:50. Okay, so that's her chart. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do here, select the chart. Jenny, we're not gonna relocate, and we're gonna do November to November 27th. Okay, I'm gonna minimize that here. All right. No, we're not gonna do progressions. Okay. So does everybody see that? You see a transit yeah, okay. So that's why I had to share my full screen. Yeah. All right. Okay, Jenny, let's pull this down here. Let's see. You got big transits going on. All right, so you have Uranus square natal Mars. Okay, natal. Oh, wow. Okay, so your natal Mars is in your first house, which is ruled by Mars, ruled by Aries. Now, Uranus is in Aries, and it's in your ninth house. Okay, and Uranus right now in Aries is going through a new rebirth because it's starting the zodiac again. Right? It's in Aries, starting fresh. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. Your Mars, your Mars is in your first house. So this is renewals. Like you're going through a change, self-renewal process, and like I said, ninth house too. Ninth house has to do with travel. So or information coming from a different place or changes that are coming from a different place. And also when you're dealing with Uranus, it's sporadic changes. It's kind of quick awakening changes. So, but I think definitely for sure, you're going through some movement, some changes because we also let me just see. Uranus is ruled by Aquarius. Aquarius, it's in the seventh house. That's where your moon is. Something it's being processed in your relationship. So something is working out. Whatever your changes are being worked through your relationship. So something is like you're morphing because there's also a Pluto sextile moon, Pluto sextile Mercury. So let's see, moon and Mercury. You had a Mercury. Oh, wow. You had a Mercury. I remember this. I remember you had a Mercury Uranus conjunction. And this had to do with, so there was something to do with your work. I remember this because you were at that Body Mind Festival. We did your reading. And I think this was like technology. There was something like, I think you were some type of developer or something. There was something with technology. I can't remember that because it's in the third house, which is logic. So that's your relationship with Mercury is lightning fast. They call this the Quicksilver aspect. So now you have Pluto hitting that, and you have Pluto hitting the moon. So let me look at Pluto Mercury first. Pluto's in the second. Yeah. Oh, transiting Pluto is in the fifth house. So there's some power going on with you. Something in life, like there's also reforming of how you are playing in life, like how you are addressing life. This transmutation going on there, and again, it's hitting the moon. So moon relationship. So definitely, you're changing how you move around in life, how you process your life. And Pluto is ruled by Scorpio. Scorpio's in the fourth home. Yeah. So there's some changes going on. And then Mercury, that was with the moon. Oh my God, I got confused. Did I just do the moon and Mercury? But anyway, moon is in seventh. Mercury is in the third. So there is like emotional thinking processing going on. And it has to do with relationships and your mind. So you're thinking of something, you're changing, and it's being felt in your relationship. So it could be good, it could be something. I'm not sure. You can chime in if you want. Then you have a North Node Jupiter. So let's see what that is. The original North Node was. I lost it. Where is your original North Node? Oh, first house. Okay, so that's your change. Yeah, so this is all about yourself. And looks like it was close or conjunct to your Jupiter. It now has an aspect sextile to Jupiter. Jupiter's in the galactic center, fourth house. So you possibly are expanding in the area of your home, or family, or I don't know, adding to your home. Probably, I don't know. You gotta let me know. Probably children, or maybe a new home, or something like that. I'm not sure. Yes, absolutely transform my outlook and priorities. Yes. She put in the chat, something is working with her mic. It's not working. So transforming my outlook and priorities. Yeah, something's going on there. But you're expanding in the home area. Because then if you look, if you look, Jupiter rules, you're expanding your property. Okay. I don't know if we can all see that. Yeah, you're dealing with like moving around, and you might have to go deeper. We're just doing the week. So there is like a lot of changes, your renewing of self, and yeah, so and then your relationship is involved. So apparently that Mercury retrograde is still wreaking havoc on technology. Yeah, it is. Well, I don't know. I know what's going on, so I'm okay with it. Actually, I took my first long nap today, so that was cool. So I was like, whoa, that was awesome. So yeah. Um, Yeah. All right. Yeah, I wanted to wrap this up at a half hour because I have a busy evening. So anybody just want to unmute themselves and we'll have a little chat for a minute and ask any questions on what we saw or whatever, because this is the real transits. Before we were just doing synastry charts. So we have hey Ronaldo, you finally come in at the end. So you were about to wrap this up. It's been about a half hour. So any questions on what we just went over? I'm gonna stop the share. Astro Zuz, anyone been tired, missed session? Hey, yeah, it was an interesting day today. So a lot of movement. I'm gonna stop the share and just see what's up here. Yeah. So we just did a few transits, personal transits for some people, and it was kind of cool. We looked at their week aheads, and I do these week aheads, by the way. These are $20. I could do a week ahead thing for you. So,
I was just gonna say that we know Mercury's going station today, but the shadow effect is still good for another couple weeks. So it might be a good idea to look at transits for between now and like around December 7th, right? Just
yeah. They say that shadow. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. you really don't feel that forward momentum for another few days.
Yeah. Yeah, for another, that's why today was like it's a doozy today. Like it was like,
Mm-hmm.
whoa. But I did get a lot of work done today, which is interesting. So,
We
so
had major miscommunications today, so.
Oh yeah, there is. Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm. At
yeah.
work.
So, oh, so it's still like holding on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mercury retrograde. Yeah, yeah, I can hear that. Ronaldo just logged in. Hey, Ronaldo, you're late. Yeah, that's okay. It's fine. You'll be on for the next one. We'll do. I have your chart saved anyway. So yeah. Okay, we're gonna wrap this up because anybody have any questions or anything, Jory?
No, just thank you. That was
Yeah,
awesome. I really appreciate
yeah,
what you do. This is awesome. I love these bites.
yeah. Cool.
I'm a fan for sure. So
Yeah.
thank you.
All right. Thanks. Yeah. Thanks for coming on. Yeah. It's nice seeing you. Yeah. We might start running these on Zoom now because it's good to see people, to see who's on and interact. So we'll see how it is. So, yeah. Okay, cool. So, all right, we're gonna roll. I'm gonna roll. Anybody, any last minute things or what? I see a lot of chats, but yeah. Okay, cool. All right. All right, everyone. We'll see you next week. Bye. See ya.